I know you're in there. I can let you out. We'll be together again.
She's
I could even learn how to love like you.
What's up, guys? I'm Deepcut, your YouTube. Welcome back to Cartoon Universe. Today we are going to be talking about the news that I'm sure most of you have already heard by now. The Steven Universe movie is going to be a TV musical. That's an hour and a half of Steven Universe music in the form of a movie, and it's pretty exciting. However, what's really more interesting is that it confirms some insider information that we got quite some time ago that really helps us see what the future of the show is going to be, but we'll get to that in a minute. So basically, this morning, Cartoon Network released a video as well as a press release explaining that the movie would be an hour and a half long TV musical. I think we all expected there to be some songs in it. This is Steven Universe after all, and there are songs in all of their important episodes. However, we weren't entirely sure if this was going to be entirely music-based, kind of like a Disney movie. I'm personally not too excited for this because I feel what really makes Steven Universe and Adventure Time and shows like that strong is that they have music in it without it having to be in every single episode. When you force a lot of music into one production, you end up getting songs that aren't really great because they're not really necessary, they're not really inspired, they are just kind of factory produced and forced in. Mr. Greg had a similar problem, in my opinion. I didn't like most of the songs in there. It's Over, Isn't It? It's obviously a really good exception. But I really prefer they use music only when necessary and when it's going to be absolutely beautiful. For those of you who do love musicals though, this is going to be a real treat. They are releasing the soundtrack both digitally and physically around the time that they release the movie, so you'll be able to enjoy it whenever you want. Soundtracks are a very big selling point for cartoons because they don't tend to make a lot of money off of advertisements. A lot of the money comes from merchandise, and while Steven Universe does have some, it doesn't have as many toys as other TV series on the same network. Making a soundtrack for just a movie allows them to make a lot of money off of just about 8 episodes worth of production value, instead of having to wait 3 or 4 seasons to release a soundtrack across the entire show. One thing that came with this announcement was the announcement for the singing and voice cast. I'm very excited to see that the Diamonds are going to be returning, particularly White Diamond and Yellow Diamond, hopefully in singing roles. Both actresses come from musical theater backgrounds, so it'll be really interesting to get more music out of them, especially White Diamond, since we haven't seen her sing yet. Bismuth is also set to return, and I'm pretty sure most of the cast that we've come to love is going to be around for this movie, at least for a tiny bit. They also announced that there's going to be some more musical voice talent involved, or perhaps a movie just behind the scenes. We're not entirely sure yet. Here are some of the names on the side over here so you can take a look. I'm not really familiar with them or their music, but it's great that Cartoon Network is reaching out to more established names to help out with this, though I am a little concerned. The thing that made Steven Universe music work so well for me was Rebecca Sugar's talent, and while I'm sure she's involved with all of it, I really don't want her to be overshadowed by these bigger names. I watched the show essentially for her vision. Now, I know a lot of you probably clicked on this video because in the title it mentions Steven Universe having 9 seasons, and I didn't forget about that, nor is it clickbait. You might be asking, Deepcut, how'd you get this information? Season 6 hasn't even been officially announced yet. And that is true. However, we do have a supposed insider leak of information that came out back in December of 2017. In this leak, the user talked about how there is going to be an upcoming made-for-TV movie of Steven Universe. This was over 7 months before it was even announced at Comic-Con, and one particular thing he said was that it was going to be a TV musical. While this was always a possibility that this guy was right, we always assumed that he might have just been lucky. The timing for the movie is a little too good, but the fact that he confirmed that it was a TV musical before they even announced the movie says that this is probably a true leak. And if you look closely at it, it also mentions that they are aiming for 9 seasons. Now, that isn't a confirmation that the show is going to run for 9 seasons, just that that is what they are planning. It's an understanding between Rebecca and the network that 9 seasons is what they have planned for their plot. It wouldn't make a lot of sense for them to start season 6 with a brand new plot and only wrap it up in that season, considering the last plotline took 5 seasons to tell. So it seems that they're aiming for 9 seasons with their story, and there is an understanding that that is what they will get renewed through, assuming nothing goes wrong. Of course, this doesn't mean that the story has to end there either. The show could do so well that they bring it back for more than 9 seasons, but looking at the network's history, that doesn't quite seem to be the case. It is also possible that the show could end before 9 seasons, assuming it does extremely bad, but considering how many awards the show wins and how popular it is with the fan base, and new ideas to merchandise the show, as with the soundtrack for the movie, I could see the show lasting at least until the 9 season mark very easily. And who knows, maybe we'll even get another movie after that, or some other way to continue telling the story. That's all the information I have for you guys today. I'm really excited for this movie. I'm excited for Season 6, maybe through Season 9. I'm curious what you guys think about all this. Let us know in the comments down below, and I'll see you in the next video. Have a good one.